A few weeks ago, back in September 2024, we posted a video about the exhibition at the Metropolitan Museum of Art in New York. The exhibition is called Mandalas, Mapping the Buddhist Art of Tibet. So that video was just about the exhibition in general. We have a page on the HAR website with some of the art from the exhibition. But now we're just going to do just a very quick book review on the catalog, of book review video. So the show is primarily mounted. It's mounted by the Metropolitan Museum of Art. The curator is Kurt Behrendt, and there are 5 articles in this catalog. The first is an introduction to the exhibition by Kurt Behrendt. Second is Teachers and Texts by Kurt Behrendt. And then the third is Visualizing the Taboo in Esoteric Buddhism by Christian Luczanits out of University of London. And then we have Compassion as Essence, Bodhisattvas as Spiritual Guides by Amy Heller. And then we have a short discussion about contemporary Tibetan art by Tenzin Rigdol and Kurt Behrendt again. Now, what's interesting about this book, and most important about this book, is that it represents one of the most important Himalayan Tibetan art exhibitions in the last few decades. As I mentioned before, the quality of art is exceptional, and many of the pieces are extremely rare, and if you do not see them at this exhibition, then you likely will not see them for several decades more. That's usually the way it happens. Good art is often put away for some years, a decade, 2 decades. It's been 2 decades since Circle of Bliss. That was at Los Angeles County Museum. I was there for the opening. I gave a lecture at their symposium. And then I guess there was another exhibit in 2003, and that was a Chicago Art Institute, but slightly different scale, different subject matter. And then we've had shows like Wisdom and Compassion in the 90s, which were kind of groundbreaking. But then we had Manifestations of Shiva back in 1979, I believe it was, 1979-80. And that was one of the most spectacular Asian shows that I'd seen in my short lifetime at that period. Now, the most important thing about this exhibition and the most important thing about the catalog is it has images of all of the art that is in the catalog, and some of this art has not been previously published. So the only access to the art is through this catalog at the time being. And much of the art is really the published art is well known to experts and to aficionados and to people who really have a love for this type of art, or have a love for the Himalayas or Tibet or for Buddhism. So we have these 5 articles at the beginning of the publication. Then the book is arranged in a little bit of a different way than usual. Then you have a section of the colored plates. So you just have images with just tombstone information, very basic information. And then you have to go to look at the number of that work and go to the back of the book. And then they have what they call a checklist of plates. And then you can see a write-up, be it a paragraph, 3 or 4 paragraphs on that particular sculpture or painting. That's followed by a glossary, some notes, and then a bibliography, and then an index. But the art here is some of the best. But don't forget, you can also see much of this art, not all of it, but much of it on the HAR website. And some of the pieces we've even done videos on from the past, such as the great textile works of the Metropolitan Museum of Art. Of course, the Tibetan and Yuan period textile works. We've done a video on that some time ago, and we've also done a video on 2 of the main Virupa paintings that are in the exhibition. and we've done a lot of work on a number of the other pieces. So Himalayan Art Resources is still an excellent resource for looking up these pieces once you know what they are and that they're in this exhibition. So we'll leave it there. You can subscribe, you can press the like button, you can join Horror on Patreon, and you can make a donation to Himalayan Art Resources.